question. Jill, obviously last year was a unique year. This is going to be hopefully as close to normal as possible. What excites you the most being, from Cincinnati and just being able to have almost like a regular season this year, even though it's your sophomore year and your second year, it's almost like a first year for you.
Right. Definitely. Like, it's funny because a lot of the freshmen will ask me, like, how to do this. I'm like, I don't know. This is kind of my first time going at it, too. But I'm definitely excited to have, like, all the fans back. And I think, like, the eagerness of people, even last year, like, wanting to come to games but not being able to. So I'm looking forward to having a lot of people up in the stands.
Awesome. We have a lot of new faces on this team this year. Talk about what it's been like. Saw the close scrimmage this past week, and talk about what the atmosphere is like in the locker room.
We're all like best friends. Like the chemistry, Coach Hurd will talk about this all the time. We all have great chemistry off the court, and I think that's really going to show on the court.
With Imari's departure, do you feel any pressure to be the leader or make sure that the offense is doing what it needs to do and carrying that load? Is there any added pressure?
No. I think I'm just coming out with the same approach, just trying to go out there and get wins.
You were on the All-AAC freshman team last year. What did you really learn last year that you're really hoping to take into this season with you?
I think just all the adjustments, like the speed of the game, just like learning all the different plays and stuff. I think now having that like year under my belt has already helped me like get more comfortable this year on the court.
What was one of the main things you worked on all season?
Definitely my shot and just like getting like working on my moves to get open to the basket.
Talk about, Keith hit on Amari's departure. Talk about what you were able to learn from a player who's as great as her, knowing that she's one of the top 3 scorers in all program history.
Yeah, it was great playing with her. She definitely, like, obviously with her talent, she could have kind of just, like, pushed me aside, but she definitely helped me as being a freshman, being so young, and not really getting everything. She definitely helped me with that. And just kind of, like, knowing that, like, she always had this calmness to her and just kind of trying to simulate that so, like, I was never too, like, rushed on the court.
Obviously, last year was trying with COVID and the injuries that you guys had. What did you learn through all of those trials and tribulations?
I always say, like, that was probably going to be my hardest year of college ever. Like, now I feel like I can face anything. So just taking all those, like, trying times and just, like, looking forward to, like, better things in the future.
So do you think fan engagement at the games are going to be really important to kind of, like, boost morality for the team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We obviously have more Cincinnati kids this year and even more, like, people close to the area. So I think there's going to be a lot of fans and family members there.
You mentioned that, especially a lot of some of the new faces are on the team are from the area and also from the surrounding area. How is that really kind of maybe not brought, the wrong word is brought the team together, but like how does that maybe help going into the season knowing that people know the area and they know this team and there's additional pride playing for Cincinnati?
Yeah, I think that definitely helps. I think people wanting to put on for their hometown or even just like a school in their area is going to be big. And like I think it goes back to like having that back of like knowing, oh, there's going to be, my family's going to be able to come watch me, friends are going to be able to watch me, and so.
Was that one of the reasons why you picked Cincinnati, because it was so close to home?
I love the fact that I can go home and see my family, but also that they can be at all my home games.
I know they iterated on last season. That's moved forward to this season. What are you looking to accomplish this season? AAC freshman of the year last year. What's you're looking to accomplish this year with this team?
This year, obviously, we want championship, regular season, and tournament. Trying to get to that NCAA tournament is big. So.
Can you kind of clue us in on what kind of conversations maybe you and Michelle Clark-Hurd have had as far as what her expectations are of you this year?
Just basically leading by example, like doing the small things, and like, because she knows that I've been through it. I obviously have a lot of in-game experience, so just using that to help other people around me on the court.
You mentioned that experience. Does that play a big factor in the newer faces? Like, you've been there, you can show what you did last year on the court, knowing you were an AAC player or a freshman of the year. Can you, like, show your relationship with them to this year? Like, hey, I was in your guys' shoes last year, like, just guide them?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where, like, the great relationships come into play. Like, a lot of people know, like, the tough situations I was put in last year, like we all were. So just kind of trusting in what I'm saying and stuff. So.
What are you most excited about this season? It might be like an opponent, or just like, I know you said you have a lot of team chemistry. Just is it like winning games with the team, getting closer?
Yeah, I really think just like I know all of us are super eager to get out on the court and just play, and like play in front of fans and win. So.
Wednesday is an exhibition game. It's a good test. Without scouting Findlay, like, what are you guys hoping to really take away and learn on Wednesday when you guys go and face someone that's, not you guys?
Right. No, I think we're all looking forward to, like, obviously playing against somebody who's not just us. But just kind of seeing how we're all going to, like, mold together on the court and continue to, like, build our chemistry on the court.
From last year to this year, is it a different kind of offense we're looking at this year compared to last year with Amari? Is it, like, should teams expect more, like, shooting team, more inside team? What should we expect?
I mean, we have some really strong posts and some really strong guards, so obviously working it in and getting it out. So still, like, sticking to Coach Hurd's, like, playing, like, motion and transition basketball. So.
Was it kind of hard for the team to practice taking more shots? Because I know, you guys were used to kind of passing the ball off, and then Amari goes and does some amazing things with that. So the shooting is going to have to be a lot more diverse between the team. Is that something that you guys were working on a lot this offseason, and are you kind of looking to see any troubles with that at all?
No, I think we have a lot of talent on our team, and, like, basically everybody can score at any time. So I think, like, we don't just have one scorer. Like, I think it's going to be dispersed throughout the team.
That's good.
You come from a very athletic family, obviously. We all know your brother. How did that help, growing up in that, how did that help mold you as a player?
Obviously, with my parents both being coaches, I just, like, was always learning, always around it. So that's kind of all I know, like, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't say there's any specific thing. I just always grew up around it, always grew up learning and being taught or just going and playing pickup. So it's just kind of, it's kind of my normal.
Did you and Jax never have, like, some physical battles where, dude, chill?
We've had plenty of family 1v1s, king of the courts, where we've hashed it out, but yeah.
You moved across the country for college, and I know you said you really like going to Cincinnati because your family can see you. Is that kind of seeing him go off and missing the family? Was that another reason why you kind of stayed?
No, not really. I mean, I love Cincinnati. I love my home. Actually, I kind of wanted to venture out and see some other places, but I just realized, like, I love being here. I love what Coach Hurd has going on here, the city, having my family here. So.
You have a volleyball background. How does having the positive mindset, knowing volleyball, you have to, like, forget the next play, move on. How do you use that mindset, transition over to become the basketball star you are today?
So yeah, it's like Coach Hurd will say all the time, like, you can't have the antics. You just got to keep playing the next play, and if you turn it over on offense, just get back and get it back on defense. So I think that is just the mindset that I have.
Do you miss playing volleyball? Did you ever play any, like, pickup games or anything with the volleyball team?
I do. I always joke and say I'm going to try and walk on the volleyball team, but no, I definitely miss it. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun sport.